It looks like a big petrified toe. I'm gonna pick it up. Well, I ain't gonna hurt nothing.
Look at that big fucker. You look at that. Look at that mother.
This creepy video was shared by a TikToker, and what began as a calm winter hike quickly turned terrifying. He was walking through the snowy woods with everything quiet and still when out of nowhere, a deep guttural growl echoed through the trees.
Got something coming down, man. I got something screaming down there. I don't know what this is, man. Screaming down there, man. Hello? Where are you? Show yourself right now! Something big moving in there, man. Something real big, guys.
The sound kept getting louder and closer until he just froze, his flashlight shaking while he called out into the darkness, but no one answered. Only that growl came back, low and heavy, like something unseen was stalking him through the woods. A strange 1980s video clip shows a man laughing unnaturally. Later, another similar clip appears, but this figure looks less human and more serpentine, making it even more disturbing. After searching further, many other clips surface with the same visual style and eerie tone. The repeated patterns across these videos suggest a single source rather than coincidence. This leads to a troubling conclusion. The original footage was likely generated by artificial intelligence. The idea is unsettling because it implies that I may have been capable of creating convincing fake visuals much earlier than commonly believed, highlighting how advanced and deceptive synthetic media can be. In 2010, a shocking clip from a golf course showed an alligator walking across the greens with what appeared to be a human head in its mouth. Panic spread because a missing person had been reported at the same course the year before, leading many to fear the worst. Further investigation later confirmed the object was not a human head, but a turtle, easing concerns and revealing a far less disturbing explanation. In broad daylight, something strange was filmed in a field in the UK, leaving people stunned.
How the hell is it?
I know. My God, this basket is truly full.
What the hell?
At first, it looked like a strange creature crawling on all fours, but once it moved and the camera zoomed in, the truth became clear. It was just a man crawling through the grass, lying flat as if he was hiding or searching for something. No one knew what he was doing there. The field was meant for horses, not people, which only made it more unsettling. A strange video begins circulating online after an outdoor explorer records an unusual creature in the woods that does not match any known wildlife. The footage is shared in hopes that experts can identify it, but it quickly spreads across the internet instead. Its appearance sparks comparisons to mythical beings like aliens or fairies, while skeptics dismiss these ideas as human attempts to explain the unfamiliar. Members of the paranormal community, however, believe the footage shows something real. Soon after the video goes viral, the person who posted it vanishes without explanation, fueling speculation about the creature's authenticity and whether unseen forces played a role, leaving the mystery unsolved. A conspiracy theorist shared footage claiming police had secured a shoreline where what appeared to be a washed-up alien body was found. With little information released, he researched the area and discovered a strange donut-shaped structure in the ocean on a map. Zooming in further, he believed it showed a UFO-like craft above the water, leading him to suggest the site could be an alien base and that the body came from there. The claim has sparked debate over whether there is any truth to it or if it is simply speculation. In 2016, a family spent a calm day fishing near Wild Horse Lake, tucked away in the remote Steens mountain range. Everything felt peaceful at the time, but later they realized something unsettling. Behind them, just out of focus, something huge had been moving without them ever noticing.
Steen, Wild Horse Lake. Made her down here enough to just make her out.
Dad, what is that?
Wow, what is that? It's a bear. Stay low. What is it?
It's a bear. 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 It's
By the time he tried to get a picture, whatever they noticed had already disappeared into the wild. One of his daughters, however, managed to capture a blurry yet unsettling image. The Steens Mountain area is known for its remoteness and long-standing stories about mysterious beings like Bigfoot. Critics were quick to say it was just a hiker, but the figure doesn't really move or appear like a normal person. A clip reportedly recorded in February 1987 is now going viral, showing a man with a strange beard, oddly colored skin, and unnatural movements while laughing disturbingly. The footage gives the impression of both suffering and manic laughter at the same time. Despite the claim about its age, there is no real information confirming when it was recorded, which raises serious doubts. The most likely explanation is that the clip is AI-generated, as the alternative would suggest something far more unsettling, leaving the authenticity of the footage up for debate. A strange lizard-like animal with a very long tail can easily be mistaken for a snake, especially at first glance. This creature is known as the long-tailed glass lizard, and despite its appearance, it is not a snake, but a type of lizard. It has small legs, can blink its eyes, and uses its long tail to move through grass or sandy areas. The tail can break off to escape predators, and later grows back, though usually shorter. Many people online were unsure if the creature was real, but it is a known animal that just happens to look unusual. A Reddit user called Bring Baja Back posted a tense video from a solo hike on the Indian Painted Rocks Trail near Spokane, Washington. While he was out hiking, he got a windstorm warning and soon realized he was caught right in the middle of the storm. As he walked backward to film, a tree suddenly crashed down right in front of him, barely missing both him and his phone. He immediately ran to a more open area to stay safe. The storm only lasted about 2 to 3 minutes, and he eventually made it back to his car without any injuries. A clip shared online by a Russian hiker shows a strange encounter in the woods, where a large creature is seen walking ahead on a trail. The figure appears to have brown fur, stands roughly 8 to 9 feet tall, and has long arms that hang below the knees, swinging naturally as it takes long, relaxed strides. The creature seems unaware it is being watched, allowing the hiker to record several minutes from a safe distance. Its smooth, natural movement adds to the realism of the footage, which quickly went viral and drew attention from both Bigfoot believers and skeptics. Many consider it one of the clearest sightings yet, while others question whether it is genuine or simply another well-made hoax. A video circulating online shows a white octopus-like creature swimming gracefully through the ocean, leading many to speculate it was an alien or an unknown species. Some even claimed the footage was edited. Further examination confirmed the creature is real and known as the blanket octopus. Its unusual appearance and rarity explain why it is often misidentified, though it is a documented marine species rather than something paranormal. For several days, a man noticed strange movement around his cabin in the woods and eventually decided to investigate.
You're on private property.
While checking his private property, he noticed a dark figure that appeared to be holding a light. As he moved closer, the figure stepped out of the shadows without making a sound. He hasn't seen it again since, but he still can't shake the feeling that he's not alone. A strange creature was found stuck to a rock by the sea, appearing like a transparent tree root but clearly alive and moving. The unsettling sight has puzzled viewers, as it does not resemble anything commonly seen in marine life. With no clear explanation, some speculate it could be an unknown organism or something far more unusual. A strange creature was found on the forest floor, initially resembling a headless snake. When it begins to move, however, it wriggles and squirms like a worm, making the sight even more unsettling. Its unusual appearance raises questions about whether it could be an unknown species hiding in the woods or something far more unusual, leaving its true nature unclear. The footage, said to be shared by an anonymous group, shows a supposed encounter with a humanoid creature during a hike. The figure looks uncannily like a stereotypical alien, almost too perfect. With no context or backstory, it leaves people wondering whether it's a real encounter or just a well-done hoax. This footage is considered one of the clearest recordings of a supposed Bigfoot, showing a large figure moving through the woods at an estimated height of 7 to 8 feet. Its size and build immediately rule out common animals like bears or apes, which is why the video unsettled the person filming it. After being shared online, the paranormal community quickly identified the figure as Bigfoot, adding to long-standing beliefs surrounding these sightings. The clarity of the footage makes it especially compelling, offering a rare and detailed look at what many believe is the creature in its natural environment. The clip begins like a normal nature recording, showing a rock as someone moves a piece of plastic nearby. What looks like slime dripping down the rock suddenly starts moving in the opposite direction, behaving in a way that does not seem natural for an inanimate substance. Unless it is alive, it should not be capable of moving like that, which makes the moment surprising and unsettling. No clear explanation appears online, leaving the clip unexplained and raising questions about what the substance actually is. Footage from Gila National Park captures what are believed to be skinwalker screams, described as a deeply unsettling experience. The audio features multiple distant voices, releasing chilling cries with an eerie silence surrounding them. No birds or animals can be heard. This unnatural quiet is often seen as a sign of danger, suggesting a threatening presence nearby. The voices sound far away, but skinwalkers are said to use this illusion to lure people closer while remaining dangerously near. The presence of multiple voices only heightens the threat, leading to the belief that the person who recorded the footage was fortunate to escape unharmed. After a snowstorm, a rancher went outside to check debris he had been burning near his shed and noticed nothing unusual at the time. Later, while reviewing dash cam footage, a strange figure appeared in the background behind the shed. The image shows a large, dark, humanoid shape standing motionless in the snow and clearly out of place. The rancher believes it could be Bigfoot silently watching from a distance. What makes the footage unsettling is that the figure was never noticed in the moment and only revealed its presence afterward. A clip circulating online claims to show a scientist holding what appears to be a small, dog-sized dinosaur in a lab setting. The footage suggests this is not CGI or a visual trick, but a real creature, raising questions about whether scientists may have succeeded in reviving extinct species. If true, it would challenge everything believed about extinction and push the idea of bringing back dinosaurs from fiction into reality. In 2021, a backpacker was hiking near an abandoned quarry in the Balkans when he noticed something unusual moving in the water. The video captures intense splashing and a broad ripple spreading across the water. The cause never clearly appears, but the size and force of the movement point to something big and powerful moving beneath the surface. With no other recordings or witnesses, what caused the disturbance is still unknown. While walking through dense woods with a dog, an individual is suddenly overcome by a strong sense of dread and stops to scan the area. Moments later, an ominous figure with two glowing eyes appears just behind the dog, staring directly at them. The person manages to leave the area safely, but later returns in daylight to confirm what was seen. The footage remains unclear and difficult to identify, not matching anything easily explained by known animals, myths, or folklore, leaving the encounter mysterious and open to interpretation. A fisherman pulled up a strange-looking fish from the ocean, with a mouth that moves in and out in an unusual way. Its appearance left many questioning whether it could be a new species or something unfamiliar. The clip is a reminder that the ocean is filled with creatures that can appear both fascinating and unsettling. An audio clip was recorded after strange, unfamiliar sounds were heard, but no one has been able to identify them.
What is that?
The recording split opinions, with some suggesting it sounded prehistoric, others saying it was fake, and a few claiming they had heard similar noises in Alaska. With no clear explanation, the mystery remains unresolved. This provides a glimpse into what interacting brain cells look like in action. These visuals show brain cells during a mentally demanding task, communicating not through words, but through complex signals sent across tiny gaps called synapses. While this is an oversimplified view of an incredibly complex science, the exchange remains striking to observe. These constant interactions power everything from thinking and feeling to movement and memory. Every thought and sensation comes from billions of these tiny conversations happening in the brain every second. The scale and structure of this activity can resemble the vastness of space, suggesting that existence itself may be part of something much larger, with each component working together to sustain a greater system. A short clip shows something rarely seen, a chair appearing to float above a sidewalk. There are no signs of a magician, performance, or stage setup, and the scene takes place outdoors in a public area. The person recording shares it as a possible glitch, noting that it was not filmed in America and is spoken in a foreign language, ruling out common assumptions. With no clear explanation visible in the footage, the floating chair leaves viewers questioning whether it is an illusion, a visual trick, or something unexplained. A video shows a man picking up a white object and reacting with visible shock as he examines it.
It looks like a big petrified toe. I'm gonna pick it up. Well, I ain't gonna hurt nothing.
After a moment, he suggests it looks like a petrified toe, which raises unsettling questions. If it were just a bone, it could be dismissed as an old relic, but the entire toe appears stone-like, suggesting it was either artificially made or once belonged to something far larger that began turning to stone. The idea leads to speculation about giants and unknown forces, leaving viewers to debate whether the object is harmless or something far more disturbing. A video shows a thick, flat rectangular object coming down from the sky, neither clearly flying nor falling, before landing behind a building. The footage cuts off before anything more can be seen, leaving little context or detail. With no clear explanation, viewers are left to wonder whether it was space debris, experimental technology, or something far more mysterious. A clip recorded in the woods during low light shows a man walking along a forest path when something unusual appears ahead. A ghost-like figure moves through the trees, causing him to stop and watch for a while. After a few minutes, two similar apparitions are seen moving through the same area. Unsure of what was witnessed and wanting confirmation, the footage is uploaded to a paranormal platform where it quickly divides viewers. Some believe the figures are authentic, while others dismiss the clip as fake or fabricated, leaving the encounter open to interpretation. Footage shows several blue orbs in the night sky blinking and shifting in a way that looks unlike ordinary stars. Their movements appear patterned and synchronized, creating a rhythm that feels both mesmerizing and unsettling.
Olha os pontos, olha o tanto de ponto que tá indo
Grava aquele ali
juntos.
primeiro, olha, é uma forma geométrica, mano. Eu não sei o que é isso, mano. Mano, o que tá muito alto pra tá desse jeito?
Gente, vocês estão vendo isso? Olha isso, eu tô tentando deixar o mais nítido possível, brilhando e aqui em cima da gente.
The coordination suggests something beyond common natural phenomena or standard aircraft, leading to speculation about advanced technology, secret experiments, or even extraterrestrial origins. A clip shared online sparked debate over whether it shows an alien or something fake. The person who uploaded it believes aliens live among us and presented the video as evidence, expecting widespread concern. Instead, viewers were divided, with some pointing to the poor quality of the footage, others claiming it was CCGI, and a few saying they had seen similar things but stayed silent to avoid trouble. With so many conflicting views and no clear proof, the clip remains open to interpretation, leaving viewers to decide what they believe it actually shows. A video shows a hooded figure alone in the woods, moving in what looks like a strange dance, surrounded by complete silence with no music or audience. The clip was shared by a TikToker who came across the scene while exploring and was clearly shaken by what he witnessed. The figure's actions are unclear, leading to speculation about whether it was some kind of ritual, initiation, or attempt to summon something. With no clear context or explanation, the footage leaves viewers questioning what was really happening in the forest. A Reddit user named Sago captured a seriously creepy moment while walking through the woods just after 2 a.m. In the clip he shared, unsettling screams echo through the trees, instantly setting an eerie mood. Were the sounds from a wild animal, a person in distress, or something even more terrifying? Whatever it was, it sent Sago running for his life, and he swore off nighttime forest walks for good. Deep-sea footage captured by researchers shows a strange creature emerging from the darkness, staring directly into the camera with glowing eyes. Such light-emitting features are common adaptations in deep ocean life, helping creatures survive in extreme darkness. However, this particular being does not clearly match any known species, leaving its identity uncertain. With no solid explanation found, the clip has raised questions about whether it shows an undiscovered animal or something entirely unfamiliar. Night vision footage recorded in the woods shows a tall humanoid figure, estimated to be around 7 feet, moving through the forest and scanning its surroundings. Very little context is provided, making it unclear whether the creature was aware of the person filming or simply wandering the area. The clip has sparked debate over whether it shows something genuine or is just a well-made hoax. A couple staying in a rental had no clue their relaxing getaway was about to turn unsettling. One night, just before 9 p.m., they noticed a flickering light coming from the abandoned house next door, and curiosity quickly got the better of them.
This is the weird stuff that happens in your backyard, guys. Sunday night. What time is it, Dustin? Almost 9 o'clock. I have this on video. A true light bulb on the back of your house. No, wait, that might be your motion light.
They hadn't seen anyone near the rundown house all weekend. No movement, no signs of life at all. Yet the motion light kept switching on over and over. That left one unsettling question. What was triggering it out there in the dark? And what did they almost come face to face with? A clip shows a plate of food with something inside it visibly moving, immediately unsettling anyone watching. Food is not expected to behave like that, and the sight alone is enough to cause nausea for many. While some cultures do eat live or moving foods, it is unclear if that applies here. The lack of context makes the clip disturbing, leaving viewers questioning what the dish actually is and whether it is meant to move like that. Around 1 a.m., a woman wakes up and is unable to sleep, sitting in her room while her husband and child remain with her. She begins to hear footsteps outside the door, despite no one else being in the house. Disturbed, she starts filming, and moments later, the door opens by itself and an item falls from a shelf. With no details about the location or the woman involved, the footage suggests a frightening and unexplained presence in the home. This scary video was posted by a YouTuber who just wanted a calm night camping in the woods, but what happened next quickly turned it into a heart-stopping experience.
No. You're not getting my food. Get out of here. Go. Get. Holy crap, it's a bear. I'm sitting here eating. Dude, go. I can't even eat my food. You got plenty of food out here. Go. Get. Go. Jeez, come over here. I don't hang my food up because I'm not eating tonight. Thank you. Get out of here. I was literally sitting there with a bag of food because I had my food bag and I just cooked food. And he was like right behind me, 20 feet from me, not far.
While she was sitting down to eat, she noticed movement behind her and turned around to see a huge bear standing just a few feet away, staring straight at her. She panicked and tried to scare it off, but it didn't move. It just stood there watching her like it was deciding what to do next. Alone in the forest with no one around and a hungry bear right behind her, every second felt tense. Do you drop the food and slowly back away or risk standing your ground? In moments like that, the silence hangs heavy and fear waits for its chance. Footage captured in a park shows a small bat-like creature hopping along the ground instead of flying. It could be an injured bat, which would explain its behavior, but its appearance feels unusual and unsettling. The strange movement and overall look have left viewers questioning whether it is a normal animal or something more unusual. Footage recorded in Russia in 2021 shows a group walking after sunset when a comet-like light appears in the sky, seemingly descending toward the ground. As it gets closer, a loud noise is heard, and the object changes shape, taking on a jellyfish-like form with a coiled trail and an expanding head that looks like thick white smoke. The cause remains unclear, with theories ranging from a meteor breaking apart in the atmosphere to a rocket launch or some kind of light phenomenon. With no confirmed explanation, the sighting remains a mystery and continues to spark debate. While hiking along an old railway trail, this person came across something completely unexpected.
Look what I found. Any ideas? Who might live in there? I think there's more. It's a little tunnel. This is cute.
At the base of a tree, a tiny wooden door was neatly set into the trunk. At first, it seemed like it might be for ants or other small woodland creatures, but the longer it was looked at, the stranger it felt. Was it just a whimsical decoration, or was there something else, something mysterious, meant to live behind it? A man hiking in an area known for frequent Bigfoot sightings notices a large bipedal figure moving through the trees ahead of him. He begins recording as the creature walks with powerful, deliberate movements, seemingly unaware of being watched. From a closer distance, its dark, shaggy fur, broad shoulders, and long, muscular arms are visible, standing at an estimated height of at least 7 feet. Although the footage is grainy and partially blocked by trees, the size and movement of the figure have led many to believe it captures a genuine Bigfoot encounter. A clip recorded during a family gathering in San Antonio, Texas, shows what appears to be a large, winged humanoid figure moving through the sky. The sight shocks those filming, who initially believed they may have captured an angel. Others who saw the video online suggested different explanations, including a thunderbird, a legendary creature from indigenous folklore, or even a gargoyle. With no clear explanation and only brief footage to examine, the clip has sparked debate and speculation about what was actually seen in the sky. A homeowner in South Carolina woke up to some strange noises outside. He stayed indoors and checked his porch camera. There was nothing visible on the screen, but the audio picked up something unusual. People who listened to the clip later tried to explain it. Some said it could be Bigfoot or a dogman, while others thought it might be a bear or a mountain lion. In the end, no one agreed, since the sound did not clearly match anything they recognized. A woman camping in the woods wakes up to find a horse standing outside her tent, calmly watching her sleep. The animal likely approached out of curiosity after noticing the unfamiliar tent. Although the situation was shocking, there was no sign of anything supernatural, despite initial fears shared online. The clip appears to show nothing more than a curious horse, rather than something paranormal. A diver filmed a strange animal in a river that looks like a snake with legs. It swims very fast, almost like a fish or an eel. It appears to be a young monitor lizard, but its tail looks damaged, possibly from an attack. Because of the way it moves in the water, it can be confusing at first to tell what it is. A woman shares a strange moment she had with her daughter, who suddenly began talking about the world starting over again.
The world will begin again.
Uh-huh. What else did you say?
Other people will come on the world.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Well, what was the other part?
What other part?
About everybody dying? What were you saying?
More people will come on the earth.
Okay. Why did you think that?
Because it's what the world begins like.
Oh.
When
Uh-huh.
I will come back and I'll be a baby and I'll have a different name
Okay.
and you'll have a different.
Okay.
So that's what I said.
All right. Thanks, B.
It's what I have to say and it's sad.
Yeah, it does sound sad.
I had to say something sad.
Okay.
So that's why I just talked to you.
Okay, thanks, P.
You're welcome.
Okay.
The girl went on to say that she would die and return as a different person, similar to reincarnation, and also talked about people coming to Earth. This sparked excitement and speculation, with some wondering if she was hinting at something like an alien event. Others pointed out that this is not the first time children have spoken about topics like this. One commenter suggested she might be an indigo child, a term used by some to describe children believed to have special awareness or insight. The conversation left many people questioning what the girl really meant. A clip shows 3 fish moving in a straight line across a road toward nearby water, something that looks unreal at first. While some viewers joked about evolution, others explained that this behavior belongs to a species called the climbing perch. This fish can survive out of water for long periods and is able to move across land using its fins and gills, making the scene strange but completely natural. While checking an isolated area late at night, a scout hears strange sounds and decides to investigate instead of leaving. Using a flashlight and camera, he spots a white creature moving through the bushes and trees. When the light hits it, the creature tries to hide and eventually gets away. But a brief, blurry glimpse is caught on camera. Some believe it resembles the rake, while others think the footage could be fake, leaving the sighting open to debate. A Reddit user shared a scary moment from a hike in Rocky Mountain National Park when a quiet walk suddenly went wrong. She stopped cold after a massive moose stepped out of the trees and right onto the trail in front of her, way too close for comfort. It was huge and powerful, so she stayed completely still, hoping it wouldn't notice her. Thankfully, the moose eventually turned and wandered back into the woods, but if it had charged, things could have ended very differently. One wrong move, and that peaceful hike could have turned into a nightmare. A man shares unsettling footage after spotting a shadowy figure at dawn that he first mistook for a moving tree, only to realize it was deliberately shifting positions, as if trying not to be seen. With low visibility and the early hour, the sight left him shaken, especially since the figure appeared to be some kind of creature whose form he could not identify. Although it seemed uninterested in him and focused on avoiding detection, he later returned to the same location days afterward. During this second visit, strange and unfamiliar sounds echoed through the area, confirming for him that the encounter was real and that whatever was there was not human, even though its true identity remains unknown. A man grew concerned after seeing bugs around his home behaving in unusual ways and ignoring the sprays he normally used. When he crushed one, he said it seemed to have very little organic matter, which pushed him to look closer. He then filmed himself gently tapping another insect, and the video shows a clicking sound followed by 2 green lights turning on. The clip sparked debate, with some calling it a firefly or a click beetle, while others feel those explanations do not fully explain what is shown. A Reddit user shared a creepy video taken by their sister's friend while skiing in Victoria, Australia. In the video, a strange black figure seems to hover above the skier, staying completely still even as the skier moves fast. Its unnatural lack of movement has people unsettled, with many wondering if it's something paranormal or just a weird reflection off the snow. A video of an unusual object floating in the sky has triggered widespread debate, with countless viewers convinced it shows an alien mothership suspended in the atmosphere. Some claim smaller objects around it are scout crafts sent out for observation. Although these theories are speculative, the clip has left many struggling to find a logical explanation, keeping the mystery alive and drawing intense curiosity. A fisherman hauling in his net at sea is surprised to find a snake tangled among the fish. Without hesitation, he grabs it by the head and throws it back into the water. The video alarmed viewers once the animal was identified as a sea snake, one of the most venomous snakes in the ocean. Whether it was luck or skill, the fisherman narrowly avoided a very dangerous situation. While hiking through a forest in Michigan, this man caught something truly terrifying on camera. Even though he was an experienced outdoorsman who knew the local wildlife and sounds, he said he'd never heard anything like it. The noises felt wrong and unnatural, and ever since that day, he's questioned what truly roams those woods. Was it just an animal, or did he capture something much darker? A clip shows the sky at sunset with very few clouds, then suddenly the scene changes and a dark, blurred sky quickly covers everything, almost like a curtain being pulled over it. The shift happens within seconds and looks unnatural, leaving viewers confused. Some believe it could just be a strange visual effect, while others wonder if it points to something bigger, like the idea that reality itself might be simulated. A woman claims she captured footage of a fairy while spending time in the woods after noticing something unusual fluttering nearby. Although the video is blurry and hard to make out, it appears to show a small, delicate creature darting through the air before landing softly on the grass. Its wings stand out, resembling those of a butterfly, but with a more unusual, almost otherworldly look. While it could simply be a rare or unfamiliar insect, the unclear footage leaves room for speculation about whether it was something more mysterious. The video is from Fort Spooky, a UK-based paranormal investigation channel that focuses on abandoned and reportedly haunted locations, emphasizing real-time reactions, debunking, and restrained presentation. Recorded on December 30th, 2025, it takes place at RAF Driffield in England, a former RAF base abandoned in 1977 and surrounded by rows of derelict service housing. Susie returns with Steve to revisit a house where unexplained activity was captured years earlier and to continue the investigation.
I just heard footsteps.
There's something banging out there.
Yeah. Listen. Somebody's walking upstairs.
Yeah. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Inside one of the abandoned houses, clear footsteps and heavy banging are heard from upstairs. The sounds are nearby and purposeful, prompting immediate concern that another person may be in the building.
That's a dead end.
Did you hear singing?
Yeah.
I heard that.
Let's just listen to that one more time.
The investigators confirm the staircase to the upper floor is completely sealed, making access impossible. With no way upstairs, the earlier footsteps remain unexplained. In the basement of the main RAF building, a sustained humming sound is then heard, tonal and voice-like, immediately unsettling both investigators.
Steve. What was that?
The big bang.
Yeah. Can we go check it out, please?
I don't know where it came from.
That way. Wind. Wind?
Close the door. That door was open.
A loud bang echoes through the RAF building, accompanied by movement from a door. Wind is considered a cause, but the behavior does not repeat in any consistent or predictable manner, leaving it unexplained. Near the basement stairs, a REM pod activates on its own without either investigator touching or approaching it, adding physical confirmation during an already tense investigation.
That's not been
The living
interaction.
I'm not scared of the paranormal.
Susie states this is one of the scariest investigations she has had in a long time. Both investigators are visibly shaken and struggle to stay composed. The experience escalates gradually, starting with unexplained footsteps and developing into sustained humming, unexplained bangs, and device activation. Checks confirm no one else is present, and environmental causes fail to explain the events. By the end, both are exhausted and uneasy, close to ending the investigation. Footage shows 3 glowing objects flying together in a tight formation, prompting debate about what they could be. Their spacing and movement do not match typical aircraft formations, and they emit a glow unlike standard planes. Similar sightings were reported by others in different locations, all sharing the same uncertainty. While some believe the objects could be alien spacecraft, others argue there may be a logical explanation, leaving the phenomenon open to interpretation. A clip shows birds circling in an unusual and continuous pattern, something rarely seen in everyday behavior. 2 explanations are suggested: confusion among the birds, or the influence of something more unsettling. The movement appears coordinated and unnatural to some, leading to the belief that something ominous may be involved. With no clear answer, the strange behavior leaves the question open as to whether this is a natural occurrence or something more mysterious. The video is from Parafear, a UK paranormal investigation channel that documents abandoned and allegedly haunted sites. Recorded on December 29, 2025, it is set in rural Wales at an abandoned farmhouse commonly called the Witch's House. The investigators note that the building dates to the early 1800s and has been examined before, with past reports of unexplained sounds and apparent responses during investigations.
Yeah, man. Thank you, if that was you. Could you confirm and do that again for us? There was something then. It was really faint though. Yeah. But that first one was good.
Right after asking for a sign, a distinct knocking sound is heard inside the house. The timing feels intentional rather than caused by natural settling. Footsteps are then heard upstairs while both investigators stay downstairs, and they pause to listen, recognizing the sounds as similar to those experienced during an earlier visit.
That was upstairs, wasn't it? Yeah, it was upstairs. I thought it was just me tripping, mate, but... No, I heard something upstairs, mate. I instantly looked to the top of the stairs, I did.
A stronger, heavier movement is heard above, louder than the earlier footsteps. Both investigators stop and confirm that the sound is coming from the upper floor. During a spirit box session, a loud thud echoes through the house, and both immediately confirm neither of them caused it.
And I'm freezing cold in here now. Oh yeah. Like ice cold, mate. Hands up, look. Do you reckon we should do an EVP?
A cat ball that had been left in a stable position earlier is later found rolled over without being touched. The investigators show how much force is needed to move it, calling it the clearest physical interaction of the night.
The cat ball's just moved. Oh. Go grab me that cat ball. Do you reckon it was them going to get to fall over? Oh my god. Because it didn't sound like a gun, M3. No. That did not sound like a gun. It literally went. It literally went.
A loud noise is heard directly behind one investigator, confirmed as nearby and not caused by equipment or the environment. Unexplained knocks, footsteps, and disturbances occur inside the farmhouse, often after questions. Gunshots and dogs are heard outside, later linked to local activity, but their timing adds tension. With repeated upstairs sounds and the unexplained movement of the cat ball, the investigators ended the investigation early, convinced they were not alone. The clip shows an ape-like figure staring directly into the camera, clearly aware it is being observed, but showing no signs of aggression. The person who filmed it believes it is Bigfoot, and the calm, human-like awareness makes that idea tempting. At the same time, the possibility of AI or digital manipulation cannot be ignored, leaving the footage open to debate over whether it shows something real or something created. A man is walking through the woods with his dog when the dog suddenly begins barking in fear and runs back toward him as if something is chasing it. Shortly after, a large black timber wolf steps out from the trees, making the size difference between the two very clear, even though the dog is bigger than most. The dog unexpectedly turns around and goes after the wolf, prompting the owner to step in and stop it. The footage shows that real wildlife can be just as terrifying as anything supernatural. While driving along a highway in Joshua Tree, California, someone noticed a strange sculpture sitting by the roadside. When they stopped to get a closer look, no signs or permits explaining who put it there or why. It was standing completely alone in the desert and felt totally out of place. After they posted a video online, the mystery quickly caught people's attention. Some thought it looked demonic. Others said it was just modern art. Many believed it might be marketing for a new video game, but in the end, no one could say for sure where it came from or what it was supposed to mean. The strange figure in this footage has been identified by some as a sigbin, a creature from Filipino folklore. The sigbin is said to be a nighttime animal with traits of a dog and a goat, known for walking backward and having unusual features like large ears and a whip-like tail. The video only shows part of the creature's back, which makes it harder to identify and adds to the mystery. While legends describe the sigbin as a dangerous being linked to witches, it is still unclear whether this footage shows a real animal, a hoax, or something unknown. The video is from Andrew Sherman, an urban exploration and adventure creator known for entering abandoned, restricted, and dangerous sites. His content focuses on raw first-person footage, authentic reactions, and unscripted encounters, often involving security patrols, unstable structures, and narrow escapes. It was recorded on January 5th, 2026, at Forest Haven Asylum in Maryland, United States.
Jesus, right now, we're cooked. So we're gonna try not to get found. We're literally like almost there. We're gonna be there in a second. This is Forest Haven, guys. We've made it. Yeah. Yeah. Yep, we just got caught. Don't go the path I just went. I just stepped in.
Almost immediately, the group becomes aware that security is close. Tension sets in before the exploration truly begins, as being seen this early would mean getting caught before reaching the buildings. After hours of moving through dense woods, bridges, and rough terrain, they arrive at Forest Haven. They acknowledge how exposed they are and discuss the risk, aware that escape options will be limited once inside.
Look at that. You look at that. Look at that mother. Oh my. Those are crickets. That's a. Is that though?
Fire.
Oh my god.
Get me out of here.
Yo, sound alarm. Holy shit. Fuck that, yo, I'm getting out of here, bro.
Panic erupts as they enter the first structure, when they run into swarms of insects and spiders. The sudden chaos underscores how hostile and uncontrolled the environment is, reinforcing that the buildings are not only unsettling, but also physically dangerous. As they push deeper inside, the asylum feels more like a prison than a place of care. Caged light fixtures, gym areas, patient rooms, abandoned furniture, and scattered personal belongings appear throughout. Severe structural decay is evident, with collapsing floors, dark corridors, and unstable staircases forcing constant caution.
Sitting, security just sitting by the end of this road down here. Alright, we gotta try to be quick. But security's like sitting right where we need to be.
A security vehicle is seen parked near the road they intended to use as an exit. The sighting instantly shifts the mood, forcing the group to reconsider their escape plan as their options begin to close.
Guys, there's literally like people with like or something. I don't know what the on. There's like hella people though.
The group spots a drone flying nearby, unsure whether it belongs to security or other explorers. Its blinking light heightens the fear, raising the possibility they are being tracked from above.
We're leaving right now.
We didn't find that many buildings. We saw a bunch of small ones, but
we spent most of the time trying to get here, dude.
Yeah, pretty much. It took us like 4 or 5 hours.
There's so many buildings. Like, there's literally another building right there.
We left at 3 and we kind of got here like at 6.
Yeah, it was like, what the it was so dumb.
Saw some cool buildings. You know, we saw some cool stuff. The average person doesn't get as far as we do.
If this video gets 100 likes, we'll come back here.
We're probably gonna come back anyway.
And we're gonna come back anyways. But if this video gets 100 likes, we'll come back the second it gets 100 likes. Exploring the infamous Forest Haven.
With someone.
Dude, people have got here like while it's been filming. Like straight just. Like I don't know why. Like that's crazy. Dude, look at the water tower, dude. That's crazy. Guys, there's little cars like surrounding us. Is that security? I thought it was about. As you can't see right now, but there's like cars riding around.
We have to run across really fast.
Yeah, so basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna run to where that other building is, we're gonna cross the road and just keep going through the woods. But then we might have to cross the way somehow. Or go back under the bridge or something. I don't know how, that's the only problem. There's another car driving by. Dude. It's like the third. Dude, we've been stuck here for like 10 minutes. Cars. Jake just got chased. Holy
So they know we're here. They're not gonna follow through the woods. They can't.
True. I know that. But still, we just have to time it perfectly. Wait for the, because we don't want to be running across when.
Wait.
We're going through. We're trying not to get caught by all the cars that are patrolling. Because there's so
Several security vehicles start patrolling the area, cutting off sections of the property. The group hides for long periods, carefully planning their movements and sprinting through open fields and woods to avoid detection. At multiple points, they believe they are being spotted and pursued, shifting the situation into an escape. The exploration ends when they abandon Forest Haven, hide for over half an hour, narrowly avoid being detained, and finally make it back to their vehicle. Footage from Virginia shows a park ranger filming a deer that appears completely frozen, almost like a statue. At first, it looks lifeless, but when it is gently poked, it reacts. The strange behavior is explained as chronic wasting disease, often called zombie deer disease. This illness affects deer and causes poor movement, drooling, and a blank stare. While it is not known to spread to humans, it is advised to avoid animals showing these signs and report them to authorities. A hiker in a Canadian forest recorded footage that starts off calm before a pale humanoid figure suddenly emerges from the bushes. The creature moves in an unsettling way, similar to a zombie, which immediately raises questions about what it could be. The strange movement and appearance have led to speculation over whether it is something unnatural or if there is a simple explanation behind the encounter. Some teens were spending time at a local park at night when they spotted an odd figure moving through the area. It did not look natural, so they began filming it. They later remembered that a man had been found dead in the same park under mysterious circumstances, with authorities reporting no signs of foul play. Locals had also mentioned feeling a strange presence there for some time. Many believe the figure may be connected to the unexplained death, and the group left feeling uneasy about what they had seen. Audio recorded in Gila National Park features disturbing screams that some believe belong to skinwalkers. The sounds are unlike any known animal, and the surrounding silence, with no birds or wildlife heard, adds to the unease. Although the voices seem far away, they are believed to be intentionally misleading, meant to draw people closer. The presence of multiple voices makes the situation feel even more threatening, leaving many convinced the person who captured the audio narrowly avoided something dangerous. A loud noise is heard directly behind one investigator, confirmed as nearby and not caused by equipment or the environment. Unexplained knocks, footsteps, and disturbances occur inside the farmhouse, often after questions. Gunshots and dogs are heard outside, later linked to local activity, but their timing adds tension. With repeated upstairs sounds and the unexplained movement of the cat ball, the investigators ended the investigation early, convinced they were not alone.
Like they weren't even inside. They were on the outside. Some homeless dude came up to him and he was like just staring at him, and then he started pointing inside and he was like, there's things in there, they tell me to do things. Or he was like, there's a thing in there that talks to me or some bullshit. Yo.
Inside the structure, they carefully pick their way through shattered glass, fallen walls, and unstable flooring. Sudden loud bangs echo as debris moves underfoot, raising fears that sections of the building could collapse at any moment.
Like banging noises, guys. This place could collapse at any moment, guys. Do the smart thing and keep going in further, guys.
Police sirens and loud banging are heard outside, making the group realize they may be trespassing while still inside a damaged, unsafe structure, forcing them to decide quickly.
Yeah, we're leaving.
That's not a person, that's your shadow, dumbass.
Multiple doorways and tunnel-like passages are found, giving the interior a maze-like, almost underground feel. Moving through the space becomes confusing, heightening the sense of being boxed in. A door appears to open, leaving them unsure if it actually moved or not.
Or am I tripping? Did that door just open or am I tripping? Is this Area 51? Guys, is that blood on the floor? Someone's coming.
Liquid begins leaking from the ceiling, confirming severe structural damage. The group decides the risk is too great and stops the exploration. Although there is no direct encounter, signs of recent human activity are widespread, including discarded items, graffiti, damp areas, and makeshift spaces. Shaken but uninjured, they exit the building and caution that the location is unstable, unsafe, and not a place to explore at night. A strange find near a river shows what looks like a cat turned to stone, frozen in a stiff, rock-like form. The sight sparked confusion and speculation, as true petrification is rare and usually takes a very long time under specific conditions. A more likely explanation is that the cat became trapped in a material that hardened over time, making it appear petrified. While some joked about magical causes, the situation likely has a simple explanation. A clip shows a very large animal that looks like an oversized pig, with an unusual build and what appear to be horn-like shapes on its back. Its look is intimidating and has led to questions about what it could be and whether it is even real. Some believe it is a strange hybrid, while others argue the footage has been altered, especially since small children are seen near it without fear. With no clear agreement, the video remains a mystery. A video shows someone holding what looks like a fly, but a closer look reveals it appears to be made of metal rather than organic material. The insect does not have a normal fly's head, which makes it even more strange. Some people suggested it could resemble known insects, but others disagree and believe it is something artificial. The footage raises questions about who made it, why it exists, and whether other similar objects could be mistaken for real insects in nature. Footage captured by a storm chaser in Krakow, Poland, shows something unexpected after an approaching storm passed. While reviewing drone footage taken from high altitude, a fast-moving glowing object appears, rapidly shifting position before disappearing into the water. The object is said to have moved at an extreme speed, making the sight unusual even for someone experienced in observing weather phenomena. The clip raises questions about whether it was a natural occurrence, an optical illusion, or something more unusual, such as advanced technology or something unexplained. The footage comes from TC Explore, a Norwegian urban exploration and ghost hunting team known for real-time reactions while investigating abandoned schools and other derelict buildings that may still have power, alarms, or active security. It was filmed on July 19, 2025, inside an abandoned school.
I mean, it wasn't locked.
But that's the thing we have to go into if we... But the door was open. It's a whole school. It's a fucking whole school.
Just remember all the alarm.
Yeah, I know.
Is that a fire alarm or is that an alarm?
It's a smoke detector. We don't know if there's any alarms there. You can just take the power.
In theory, yes.
The team moves slowly through the school, checking doors, switches, and fire exits. They quickly discover the building still has electricity, raising concerns about silent alarms and security systems. Lights turn on when switches are used, and microphones are activated to catch unusual sounds. They move through dark corridors and classrooms using night mode and minimal light to avoid attention. Toilets, old fuse boxes, and locked rooms show the site has long been abandoned, but is still partly functional. The uncertainty keeps tension high, with the risk of alarms, fast police response, and hard-to-find exits in the dark, leading to the first alarm incident.
Okay. Yeah, there's an alarm. There's maybe a silent alarm here. We're gonna go out and see if there's any security coming. But the door was wide open though.
A red warning light flashes, suggesting a silent alarm has been triggered. The team stops and listens for any response. Tension increases as detection becomes a real risk. While climbing a narrow, unstable staircase, sudden noises echo through the stairwell, forcing them to slow down. An audible alarm sounds elsewhere in the building, and the team turns off lights and moves carefully, with every sound feeling amplified.
I can hear.
Look.
Do you hear that? That's like an alarm.
We need to find it. It's up there. Shh.
I can hear from downstairs. That is an alarm. Come on.
Is that a silent alarm?
Yes, I think so.
Sorry guys, you took. Yeah, I know. But look at that. Already people have been here.
Yeah.
And doing stuff like this.
It hasn't been empty that long.
Go.
A loud alarm goes off on the 3rd floor, sending the team into panic as they rush to find an exit, expecting police at any moment. The situation peaks as escape becomes the sole focus. What starts as a careful exploration quickly turns into a high-stress exit once alarms activate. The team reflects on how sites with live power can escalate without warning, leaving them shaken and aware of the real risks in locations that appear abandoned but are still monitored. Trail cam footage shows a deer standing near a tree before suddenly stopping and turning its head, as if it sensed something nearby. At the same moment, a faint transparent shape appears to move through the area. The figure is barely visible and not fully clear, making it impossible to identify. While unclear, the clip has led some to believe it shows animals reacting to something unseen. A clip shows what appears to be a dog inside a house, but something about it feels off. Its posture and expression look oddly human, making the sight unsettling. The strange appearance has led some to question whether it is just a normal dog or something more unusual, leaving viewers wondering if the discomfort is justified or simply paranoia. Dave and James are seasoned urban explorers who have been inside houses, churches, and hospitals, but this investigation turned into one of their most unsettling experiences. This time, only one of them entered an abandoned home where everything was left as it was. Inside, the house was falling apart, covered in mold and trash, with a heavy smell of decay in the air.
Here we go, we're starting in, I'm guessing it is the dining room. Got this really interesting wagging wheel light fixture hanging down. And as you'll see as we go through, pretty much everything is still in the house. Just sadly, a lot of it has been quite tossed around. So here you've got a china cabinet with some glassware inside it still. Looks to me like it was an elderly person's house or an elderly couple's house. As we go in here towards the kitchen, you will see that up in the cupboards, there's still all kinds of stuff. Everything's left behind. Everything's still nice and put in place. But look at the brown going on this glassware here, how old it is. It's very full. There's a lot of black mold on the walls here, so I will be being careful with my breathing. There's a lot of black mold in here, guys. Place is just tossed. There's so much stuff everywhere.
At first, it looked like any other abandoned building, until he stepped into a hallway. On the floor was a stain shaped like a body, a clear outline showing someone had died and been left there.
I just realized where we are. I just realized what house we're in. And I had no idea, guys. Whew, okay, that changes things. I'm gonna change my tone here. Guys, this is a body stain. Somebody passed away right here. And well, I didn't expect that. Okay. You guys have probably seen this. Some other explorers have been here in the past and have posted some photos of this in this video. But unfortunately, yes, I believe it was an old woman who fell here and passed away on the floor. And see what I can dig up in terms of information without giving away too much. But yeah, that changes things. That changes my whole mood of this house, realizing that this is that house. So I don't want to step on that. Let me just move over here and take a step over. Okay. That is very, very sad, guys. You've got legs, you can see the torso, the arms, and the head. That is my second stain, guys.
It was thought to be an elderly woman who had fallen and died, her body unnoticed for a long while. The weight of it hit him straight away. He had seen scenes like this before through other explorers, but being there in person made it different. The mood of the house shifted instantly, and a heavy, uneasy feeling stayed with him as he continued filming. Nothing else happened for the rest of the video, but that discovery never left his mind, a moment he would always remember. This strange-looking creature may seem like something out of a movie, but it is actually a praying mantis. Its green face and unusual shape can look frightening at first. When threatened, a mantis can spread its wings to show eye-like patterns meant to scare predators. These wing displays are also used by males to attract mates. While it looks intimidating, it is just an insect with natural defense behavior. A short clip shows a dog-like creature running through the woods, captured from a body cam during a chase. The footage is only a few seconds long and heavily stabilized. Moving looks strange and unnatural. Because of this, it is difficult to determine whether the video shows something real or is simply misleading. The footage is uploaded to a YouTube channel named Vertical Hell Scan and provides virtually no context. There is no backstory or clarification, just a short caption reading, "I found your footage." Its meaning is never explained. It remains unknown whether the uploader recorded the video or obtained it from another source. This lack of detail makes the clip difficult to interpret and unsettling to remember. The video opens inside a cramped, dark cabin where visibility is almost non-existent. Soft knocking can be heard as the person filming reaches for a light switch, only to find the power is off. A handheld flashlight flickers on for a moment before failing, leaving the room in complete darkness. With no other choice, the filmer relies on the camera's flash. Each flash briefly captures the room. Furniture, doorways, empty corners, before everything disappears back into black. Then, in one of those flashes, something changes. A masked figure suddenly appears inside the room, completely silent and motionless, with no warning at all. Panic takes hold as the camera lurches and the filmer bolts outside, where the flashlight strangely begins working again. There is no attempt to confront whatever was inside, only an attempt to escape. The filmer scrambles for cover, dropping into what looks like a small underground space near the cabin. Their breathing becomes labored as the camera struggles to focus. For a brief moment, it seems like they might be hidden, but the figure remains. The video then cuts off, leaving no follow-up, no explanation, and no clarity about who filmed or uploaded it. The video captures a UFO with an unusual shape that looks nothing like the classic flying saucer. Its inverted form stands out, especially since similar objects were reportedly seen as far back as 1561 in Nuremberg. Old drawings and written records show a shape that closely matches what is seen in the footage, deepening the mystery. This has led many to wonder whether the same phenomenon has been appearing throughout history or if there is a more ordinary explanation. A trail cam captures several deer gathered closely together, all staring directly at the camera as if posing for a group photo. This behavior feels unusual and unsettling, especially since deer are not typically seen acting this way. The moment raises questions about whether it is a simple coincidence or something more deliberate, leaving viewers to wonder if there is a logical explanation or if the scene is genuinely peculiar. The video originates from Decay on Earth, a European urban exploration and paranormal investigation channel known for exploring abandoned castles, churches, hospitals, and forgotten estates. Recorded on June 23, 2024, it takes place at an abandoned castle property and chapel in Belgium, set deep within thick woodland.
We zijn even eerst een sweep aan het doen. Dat is zo raar, hier is het zo donker. En dan daar is dat zo licht. Daar heb ik niet eens mijn camera voor nodig. Kijk, je komt hier. Allee, mijn verlichting. Zie hoe licht dat ineens is.
Ja, dat is ook weer dat witte.
Ja. Maar je moet echt zo hard oppassen, bro, waar je hier stapt.
What the fuck?
Wat is dat?
Oké.
Dat is beton. Maar hier kunnen we wel echt gewoon binnen wandelen, hè?
Ja.
Hier zie je, jongen. Dat is hier iedere keer 100 keer erger als ik hier kom. Ziet dat, jongen.
Maar...
Onder hier is dat terug ineens een pak donkerder.
Ja, man. En het is echt als dat bekend licht.
Ja, bekend licht is inderdaad. Ik zou eigenlijk mijn video eens moeten vergelijken als ik hier voor de eerste keer kom en nu. Hoe groot verschil dat gaat zijn.
Oh, ik heb een heel leuk idee.
Wat?
Als je in de video dat je...
Dat is hier toch echt een rare spot. Ik vind, iedere keer als ik hier kom voel ik mij echt niet op mijn gemak. Ik voel mij altijd zo raar.
Ja, dat is zo...
Ik heb dan, de eerste keer als ik hier kwam urbexen was ik niet eens bezig met Ghost Adventures en al die dingen. En dan nu doen we dat iets meer en dan is dat ineens zo een ander gevoel of zo.
Ja. Dat is omdat je daarvoor kan denken, hebt hè?
Maar de eerste keer was ik er niet mee bezig en toen voelde ik dat ook al, dat ik zoiets had van... Ja.
As night arrives, the investigators move carefully through the castle ruins and nearby chapel. The terrain is dangerous, with collapsed floors, thick vegetation, and limited visibility, forcing cautious steps. They mention the site's history of arson, vandalism, illegal activity, and reports of bodies found there. The surrounding woods are unusually silent, lacking insect or wildlife sounds. Even before any clear events occur, both note a growing unease, especially near the chapel, describing the atmosphere as heavy and uncomfortable rather than openly threatening.
Ik heb hier net een voetstap gehoord. Ik hoorde hier een voetstap.
Ik ook.
Alsof dat iemand zo, zo dit. En dan veel zachter. Zo een stap.
Ik ook,
ja. Ja, net voordat wij wouden vertrekken. Ik hoorde precies zo één voetstap. Oh my god, één voetstap. Kijk.
As they near the chapel, a single, distinct footstep is heard close by.
Het is uitgesnapt. En dat is weer veel zachter van zit. En ik meen het, ik heb echt oprecht dit achter mij gezien. En dat was ook... Allee,
ja, want jij was echt bang, want jij duwde me echt naar voren en jij zei zo, shit, ik heb net iemand achter mij gezien.
Ja, en dat was echt dit precies met kleren aan, witte kleren. Echt...
One of the investigators abruptly panics, claiming he sees a human-like figure in white standing right behind him. When he looks again, it is gone. The encounter visibly unsettles him and alters the mood of the investigation.
Letterlijk 3, 4. Ik kom aan die satanische kring, die gaat naar 20.
Ja, dat is...
En dat wil zeggen, en dat is ook... Mijn hand komt daar tegen, dat is kouder dan hier. Dat is heel raar, ik vind dat echt eng. Zie, dat gaat ineens naar boven. Hoe kun je mij dat uitleggen? Maar dat gaat gewoon naar boven. Dus dat is wel, dat wordt gebruikt voor dingen. Nope. Ik ga dat niet... Nee. Nee. Ja, en ik heb ook gelijk, want ik krijg het ineens super zwaar. Zo, ik krijg zo'n zwaar gevoel, precies dat er iemand op mij gaat staan. Dus ik ga daar mooi van uit de buurt blijven.
Dat is best, hè.
Want hier is dat ook gewoon normaal. Is dat aan deze kant ook? Want kijk, ik ga hier naar de grond. En de grond is hier letterlijk 5 à 6. En ik ga naar hier. Bro, dat gaat naar 21. Dat gaat naar 22. Ja.
Probeer die diep in te zitten.
Ja, maar dan ga ik er met mijn arm in, hè.
Ja, dat echt niet.
Snap je?
Ja.
Dus er is wel...
Inside the chapel, the EMF meter begins spiking repeatedly near a circular marking on the floor that appears ritualistic. No similar readings are detected elsewhere. Both investigators avoid the circle, describing a strong, concentrated sense of discomfort centered on that spot. Moments later, a stone is thrown into the chapel from outside, landing close to them. One investigator clearly sees it come in, yet no person or movement is visible around the building.
Oké, goed. Gaan we stilletjes aan oprappen?
Ja.
Ik heb zo'n voorgevoel dat ik... Nou, wij zeggen net dat wij weg willen. En dat ding zegt, kom alsjeblieft terug. Waarom moeten wij terugkomen? We komen sowieso ooit nog eens terug.
Ja.
Maar vanavond hebben wij niet veel tijd.
Nee, ik moet naar huis. Ik moet naar mijn moeder nog. 70.
Dat is wel echt heel raar dat hij dat zegt. Maar ook fucking graaf.
Is mijn...
naar YouTube kijken.
Alright guys, we zijn aan het einde van onze video gekomen met 2. We hebben het overleefd. Nice one.
Dat is wel echt raar met al die geluiden
inderdaad,
buiten.
sowieso. We weten ook dat dat bos er rond echt niet oké is. Je hoort geen vogels fluiten.
Niks,
je hoort niks. Je hoort alleen zo gerutsel in die
echt
bladjes.
Alsof daar iets schuil ligt op
wij
elk moment te pakken.
Ja,
en dat gewoon niet per se de angst dat er iets is, maar de angst dat er iets is dat jou in dat bos wilt houden. Snap je? Dat je niet uit dat bos geraakt. En toen ik uit dat bos was, ook echt opgelucht.
Ja, inderdaad. Het ding is ook, wij voelden ons wel zo wat bekeken misschien.
Ja, zo heel de tijd. Ja. Jij werd in doorgehouden.
Jij werd in doorgehouden, maar toch gebeurde er eigenlijk niks. Totdat wij in die kapel zaten en dan waren wij heel onze sessie aan het doen. Ik heb daar niet alles van gefilmd, omdat dat gaat ook gewoon niet. Maar het zotste is dat
die weggaan?
Niet per se dat, maar wij hoorden heel de tijd rond die kapel voetstappen en geritsel in die planten.
Ja, en ook, we waren Shane zei tegen mij van ja, kom, we gaan alles bijeenpakken en vertrekken.
Ja, omdat wij hadden een slecht gevoel.
Ja.
Dat kwam op hulp, luisteren, en ik had zoiets gevoel van, er gaat niet hier iemand zitten die hulp nodig heeft, want
die willen,
dat zijn slechte dingen en dat zijn vaak zo
die
slechte...
willen dat wij hen helpen
voilà, dus. En dan ineens zegt dat machine, ik ben letterlijk mijn camera aan het wegsteken, ja, en dat zegt ineens, kom alsjeblieft terug.
Ja.
Op dat moment kreeg ik...
As they prepare to leave, a voice device says, help, followed by, come back, please, timed exactly as they are packing up. After leaving the chapel and woods, both feel immediate relief as the oppressive atmosphere fades. They believe the activity may be tied to the castle, chapel, and surrounding woodland. Because of how quickly things escalated, they agree it would be unsafe to return with such a small team. An explorer captured footage in the woods that many find as convincing as a Bigfoot sighting. Unlike most clips that show a figure from behind, this one was filmed from a distance, and the creature appears aware it was being watched. Instead of fleeing, it stays still, almost as if trying to blend in or avoid being noticed. The unusual behavior has left viewers questioning whether it truly shows a Bigfoot or something else. Trail cam footage shows a hairy creature noticing the camera and appearing to look directly at it, as if checking whether it was recording. Its face is hard to make out, but a clear nose and thick fur are visible. Moments later, the creature lunges at the camera and knocks it down before leaving. Some believe it was just a curious bear, while others think it was Bigfoot trying to destroy evidence after realizing it had been captured. The debate remains open over what the creature really was. On June 17th, 2021, Luke heads into a remote forest alone for an overnight test, filmed for the Outdoor Gear Review. Far from established campsites, the environment is cold, damp, and quiet. As night falls, the sense of isolation becomes more intense than anticipated.
I've been going through the forest here collecting firewood. I came across some oddities. I found a pair of these, and I also found this metal pipe. Obviously, they tried to cut this, and they ended up just bending it and breaking it. What on earth were they doing out here? I have no idea. The temperature is dropping, everyone. It's getting late. Something is down there in the woods, and I've heard this for like the last hour or so. Basically, it's just going around me. It's of a pretty good size, possibly a bear. It's not getting close. It's a little bit too early for coyotes. That would be unlikely. Bobcat, maybe.
Earlier in the evening, Luke comes across rusted metal fragments scattered deep in the woods, an odd sight in an area showing no recent signs of human presence. After dark, faint yet heavy footsteps begin beyond the reach of the firelight, slow, deliberate movements pushing through leaves and branches without haste.
It's been about 45 minutes since I mentioned the stomping around in the woods, and that is still taking place. It went behind me, came around up on top of the hill here, and it sounds like it's back down here. Whatever it is circling me. I'm inside of the tent, just been kicking back, listening to the owls, and listening to whatever is stomping around in the woods. I've gone out there a few times, and I haven't seen anything. It's not moving. I'm not going to go too deep into the forest there. The forest here in this area is super, super thick, so you can easily get lost if you're not careful. Yeah, something's out there still. I can hear it stomping around. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem to be threatening at all. As long as it's just going to play in the woods, that's fine.
As the night goes on, the movement doesn't stop. It changes position. The sounds follow a loose circle around the campsite, never coming straight in, yet never fully retreating. Suddenly, something large bursts through thick brush nearby, fast and forceful, unmistakably close before pulling away just as quickly.
Last night was uneventful, with the exception of those footsteps. At one point in time, whatever was out there, it just came stomping up through the woods and got fairly close. And then all of a sudden, it just took off. It like bolted, just took off running. I have no idea what it was, but outside of that, uneventful, quiet, peaceful. Never heard any cars.
At first light, Luke checks the area and realizes the movement had followed a curved path around his shelter.
The strange thing is that whatever was out there was circling me for hours. Now that I think about it, I don't ever remember hearing it over here, but it would definitely come over this direction. There is a road over there. I mean, maybe it didn't want to cross the road, I'm not sure, but do these half circles. I know that sounds weird, folks, but you all heard.
Despite the severity of the encounter, he remains cautious, acknowledging that large animals might account for parts of what happened, though some details remain uneasy. Viewers noted that the circling pattern and extended presence point to awareness, not the unpredictable movement usually seen in wildlife. If it were just an animal, why circle the camp for hours and stay concealed the whole time? Blurry trail cam images show an ape-like figure peeking from behind a metallic object and looking directly at the camera. The sight has excited Bigfoot enthusiasts, as any possible image is seen as progress toward solving the mystery. However, skepticism followed, especially since the photo is said to have been taken by a professional photographer, leading some to question why the image lacks clarity and detail. This has sparked debate over whether the photo is genuine or simply recycled, leaving viewers to decide what they believe. In rural Ohio, a property owner brushed off his children's claims of seeing Bigfoot near their home until he and a neighbor later spotted a large dark figure moving through the woods while working nearby. The sighting caused him to rethink a series of strange events, including mysterious dead chickens and unexplained howls around the land. Not long after, a trail camera captured an image believed to show the creature, deepening the mystery and raising new questions about what has been lurking on the property. The footage opens with a caravan or campsite in view, but it is quickly interrupted by a canine. On closer inspection, it is a wolf. The animal begins by licking the trail camera, then rapidly becomes aggressive. Within seconds, it is clear the wolf is attempting to tear the camera apart. It even picks it up and carries it away from the scene. After a short time, the wolf appears to realize the camera cannot be easily destroyed and offers no food value. It eventually abandons it and walks away, possibly reacting to movement from a nearby camper. The exact reason it leaves remains unclear. This footage shows how a wild animal typically interacts with a trail camera, which raises questions about whether the earlier footage in the episode could depict something other than a known animal. What do you think? A brief clip shows a mysterious translucent figure darting across the screen, sparking mixed reactions. Some viewers believe it is a real ghostly apparition, while others think it is staged or edited. With no clear answer, the footage has become a debate over whether it captures something genuinely supernatural or is simply an elaborate hoax. The UFO phenomenon takes an unexpected turn after a video captures a strange object in the sky that does not resemble a typical unidentified flying object, but instead appears to be a human figure suspended in midair. This unusual sight has sparked speculation, with some suggesting it could be a UFO mimicking a human form, while others believe it may be a person displaying an unexplained ability to defy gravity. As the footage continues to circulate, opinions vary widely, and when viewed calmly and rationally, the question remains whether this is a disguised UFO, an extraordinary individual, or something else entirely. A photo from upstate New York appears to show a deer, but its features look wrong. The eyes seem to face forward, and the expression looks unnatural, unlike a normal deer. Some viewers compare it to an AI-generated image, while others believe it could be a skinwalker, said to mimic animals, but imperfectly. The odd details have left people divided on whether it is a real animal, a fake, or something unexplained. Liam is the creator behind Good Bloke Outdoors, a YouTube channel known for raw, unfiltered wild camping in extreme UK conditions. On November 25th, 2025, he heads out alone for a winter camp in the Lake District, facing sub-zero temperatures, heavy rain on lower ground, and wind chill dropping to -16. Limited parking time in Coniston adds pressure, but with daylight fading, Liam keeps going, unaware that the night ahead will become one of his hardest tests yet.
People, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, I'm Liam from Good Bloke Outdoors. Now, just behind me, if you can just see past the rain, we're gonna have to deal with a bit of rain for now. We're off up for a wild camp, and hopefully we're gonna get some nice wintry weather. It's gonna be a cold one. We're into the minus temperatures tonight. I'm reading as low as -16. Can you even see me there? It is already 1 o'clock and it's gonna get dark by 4 o'clock. The rain has been relentless since I set off from the car. By the way, I'm in the Lake District, for those that are not familiar. I feel like we go through this every single week. I've had a little issue with the parking. It says maximum stay is 2 days. Surely, that's all I need. But when I went to pay then, it runs out tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. So God knows what I'm supposed to do about that. I just didn't have enough time to be arsing about looking for somewhere else to park.
Higher up, the path becomes icy with runoff, forcing him to move slowly and place each step with care.
Miles worth of hiking today and park at this car park further up. So what that means is, although we've got to go a little bit further today, we will be closer to that car park at the end as opposed to this one. The only thing I did wish, if there's one request, let me park for as long as I want, please. Look at the mountain range that's showing now, guys. All those layers. That looks to me like a nice dusting of snow. So I guess it can only really be snow, ice, frost. Whatever it is, it's got to be better than what it's like down here, because it is pretty damn miserable, because we are going to get some decent weather on this trip.
With under a quarter-mile remaining, snow and cloud roll in, cutting visibility even further.
Either Chris or Karen must have dropped. And it says footpath to the old man that way. Now, there's two options here. It looks like there's a path there and there's a gravel track here. So that arrow, either way, it looks like I've got a choice between the slippy grass or this gravel. We go in the gravel. Now I think my watch, but I bet they'll meet in a second once we get further up. So far it's been nice and easy going from where I parked. Just a nice gradual path, working my way up, but I'm not, because we're going to join back up with it in a second. Now, all this clag and stuff will clear off eventually, or if we're luckier, it might clear this evening. We'll just have to wait and see. We're not forecast any rain after this evening, so I hope they're bloody right with that one. Yeah, I think I messed up, guys. I don't think I should be following the map on my phone, and it looks like it goes completely to the right-hand side. So I'm not gonna risk it. I don't have to go all the way back down, don't worry about that. I can just cut across here, hopefully. Just at that little point there, should be able to get across. Oh dear. So we did go up that track there, and then I just got to that corner there, and I thought, so I've just cut across here, and then this is the original path. As you can see there, I just went mooching off to the right hand side. These are the best conditions we've had since I left the car. It's temporarily stopped raining. You can just see the stunning views over Coniston Water there. I remember walking along that on the Cumbria Way. Great little hike that, just in between all those fells. That looks stunning, that. And I've also just noticed we've started getting, so we are reaching the snow line. As far as I'm aware, this isn't even supposed to be a stream, but this is what's happening to the paths out here in these conditions. And we're going up there, and then it's only when you take a look back, a path going across there. So I'm just going to traverse across this. Really close now, just less than a quarter of a mile, which I think is just up there in those clouds. And that cloud, whew, certainly rolling in. Yeah, let's keep going. I cannot wait to get in that tent now and get a nice warm drink on.
At the top of the Old Man of Coniston, thick fog hides the scenery, and the uneven rocky ground makes pitching the tent tricky. Even so, he manages to get it secured just before night falls.
See, it sort of sticking out in the cloud. This has been one of the longest quarter of a miles of my life. Sliding about all over the place. And here's that wind. Finally. And there's the trigger. We are at the summit of the Old Man of Coniston. It's fine with me. There's a little summit sort of cairn up there. Wow, as if I've only ever been up here once before. Here we are, all pitched up on the summit of the Old Man of Coniston. I can see the trig point right there. And what an epic pitch this is, because we have got one hell of a drop right there, and that will be so slippy on that snow. What a spot that is. The tent has fit in really nice. I do need to go around and do a little bit of admin. It doesn't seem like there's much grass here, so it's just been a case of hammering the pegs in that tent. Is so straightforward and easy to put up in these conditions. I am very grateful to be in this tent right now. Not sure if it's snowing or raining or what, but it doesn't sound very pleasant. So I pumped my air mat up. I've got my foil mat down first. I'm in my sleeping bag. I've gone full on winter gear forecast. So I've got my heaviest sleeping bag. Even donning the full hat, the full wraparound piece. Ooh, first time I've ever had this, and it sounds right up my street, Keka. That, if I could pick a wrap, that is right up there for me. And I'm gonna try it. I might take this cardboard out of it. Yep, definitely cardboard. It's hard to tell these days, isn't it, with some chicken. First impressions, it's cold. Boy, is it cold. I don't like it when you get like a wrap or a sandwich or something. To be fair, it probably helps that it's the nacho cheesy chicken, but we've also got the nacho cheese adding a little bit of dampness to proceedings. Proper pushing the boat out this week. Gone for a Starbucks caramel latte. Best drink of the day, this. The first brew after you've just set up camp, made even better. It's been freezing.
Snow piles up around the tent outside, while the sky clears to reveal crisp, bright stars. But the peaceful scene is deceptive. The forecast warns of fierce winds, and before long, strong gusts start to rise. After tightening the guy lines and fixing a broken headlamp wire, Liam settles in to wait it out.
Let's have a look then, see what this tent's saying. So it must have been snowing earlier, look at this side. But yeah, that's cool, loving that. Make sure these are all right. Should I take that off now? And you won't be able to see it, but I'm not going anywhere closer than this. Like to the point that the stars are out, man. Guessing, is that Coniston down there? It must be. It's just up here. Should we really be having a wonder? Because it is very, very icy. Wow, that is bright. But yeah, really pleased with this camp now. So the wind is supposed to kick off. mile-an-hour gusts at 1 in the morning. So this literally is the calm before the storm. This is sort of shit I've been on with right now. So my light, ignore how blue, so the light that I use, where is it? I was walking about on the summit, up near the trig point, and I've bloody snapped the wire. I was fuming, tiny little wires as well. So I thought, do you know what, I'll have a look in my wires, and I've sacrificed an old USB, do you know what I mean? I've only got one head torch, I think, that uses that these days. So I've sacrificed that, I've stripped the wire, I've just joined the positive and negative, or positive and ground, whatever you want to call it, earth, all that. I'll plug this light in and see if we go kaboom. Beast, I'm buzzing with that. And I've got some electrical tape there. Tape up that wire and hopefully it'll do me till the end of this trip. I got the Tesco's home version. Chocolate pillows. Right, looks like I'm bloody feeding dog. Looked like I was feeding it. Is that not like dog biscuits or what? No chance of this milk going off, is there? How many of you lot are watching I'm a Celebrity at the moment? It's probably one of those love it or hate it things, innit? And I watch it every year without fail. I've got 1 bar of 5G up in this right now. I'm gonna have to get some better signal at some point tomorrow. But I'm gonna go out and check these guy lines because this wind started kicking off, and just give them a little tighten up, see how the pegs are looking. Now, to make sure that I don't get my dry socks wet, I've put my feet in some bags before putting them in my boots. Whoa, got a bit of a wizard's blizzard going on out here. They're going to be solid, so that's going to be frozen in, and we can just adjust the guy lines a bit. But yeah, tent is frozen now. See all this frost on the poles. Yeah, I don't want to stay out here for too long because that warm suit gone, put it that way. Especially on my face. Jeez, wind chill. Good. It is, what time are we on? It's 10 to 4. We have had a catastrophe. Oh. Now you do actually get a spare piece of pole, but I just don't think I'm in any position right now to be trying to fix that and thread the elastic through and all that stuff. I'm just praying that when it's snapped, it's not ripped any of the fabric. We have been very lucky. I'm not sure if it's a guy line that's come out or what. What else can we do, man? We're gonna have to pack up and head down. This is, I'm putting it down to user error, but I don't know. If anything, I think a guy line's come out that is snapped. Now obviously double hauling is an option in future. But what the hell do I do now? I'm gonna have to start packing away, aren't I?
The shelter is no longer secure. Instead of attempting a dangerous descent in the dark over icy ground, Liam prepares to escape but decides to wait until daylight. Through the final hours of the night, the damaged tent manages to hold together.
Play to this thing, man. I don't know how it's still standing right now, but we're hanging on in there. I've been thinking I'm going to fully pack away so that I'm ready to go, and then as we start getting the first signs of any light out there, obviously if it gets damaged any further and it becomes apparent that it's not going to make it until we get the first light. 1, 2, one on charge, 3 head torches ready to go. So I've got enough light to get down there in the dark if I really have to, but because of how slippy it's going to be, I have got my micro spikes as well. I'm really glad I brought them. So we're all right. We're hanging on in there. Let's not make any rash decisions. I might even have a go at fixing that pole while I'm here because I've got a bit of time to kill. So much fun, and it probably shouldn't be fun, really. Well, I've managed to hang on in there until 7 o'clock because these gusts have been insane. The full tent has been pressing till it started getting light. It was obviously inside this tent. I was going to go down in the dark.
At dawn, he emerges into a dramatic scene of snow-blanketed peaks lit by the rising sun. Wearing micro spikes, he descends without incident, thinking back on a night that truly tested his patience, decision-making, and readiness.
Stunning scenes over there, man. The whole place is just a bloody ice rink. These ice cubes, man. Oh, I got it. So I've got my spikes on. Should help with the ice. This is actually impossible to walk. Just getting behind this little divot here made such a difference. Look at the colours, guys. Look at the colours. This is the first time I've seen the views from up here. That is amazing. I hope you could actually hear any of that, but what I'm saying is I've never seen it Lake District because of all this.
He later remarks that the forecast had seriously underestimated the strength of the wind.
So you remember a few weeks ago I asked you what the difference was with this Senchi hoodie. It's the black trim. It's now got a black trim. So a few of you said It used to be yellow. I always had a red one. So this is actually a replacement of the original red one. I left it in Iceland. I was absolutely wounded when I realised, when I were in Iceland a few months ago doing those trails, I had to get a bus or a coach. Halfway on the journey, and he says, right, we're actually waiting here for 4 hours. And he said, but I'm taking the coach somewhere else. The coach to pick some other people up, and then we'll meet you back here. For the next 4 hours, take it with you. So I thought, right, I best grab a jumper. And then I was sat in a cafe, having something to eat. I didn't even put the hoodie on because I wasn't actually cold. And then I can only presume that I've just set off from the cafe, absolutely wounded, when I realised I was fuming. Because you can't buy these cinches, they just do random drops. There's not been any red ones for well over a year available. So I jumped on old eBay. Someone were actually selling it, they'd bought it and it didn't fit them. And I actually preferred it with the black trim, although it is a medium. I am more than happy with the camp. Well, I was thinking in my head, right, obviously I'm going to have to go now. What the hell else am I supposed to do? Then I just thought, right, well, I'm sure it was like 3 o'clock when it happened, but I thought, we can bide us time, so let's at least get prepared to bail, but hopefully we didn't have to bail, and we didn't. Because I had all my stuff ready to go, if the pole did snap, like the second pole, so I'd say it were worth it, just waiting it out. That was definitely the safer option. I did have 3 head torches, so I'm prepared. It is what it is, isn't it? The only thing I'm gutted about is my route that I've planned. I had a nice 2-day route. I was going to do another wild camp tonight. Some epic hiking, but what can I do? It's a shame I ain't got a spare tent in the car. Some of them wind speeds, man. It said on the Met Office that we went through all that. That was fine. It was hanging on in there. It stepped it up another level. It was supposed to be like 30-mile-an-hour gusts. Mate, when I got out of that tent, I couldn't stand up. It was blowing me all over the place. I was sliding about, in me ages, because wind was just pushing me with weight when I was top heavy and that. So the forecast 100% got that wrong. The 30 that was supposed to be 30 was probably kicking on 60. Either way, that went next level, that you know. No chance you're getting up there, son. Have we got a stolen motor, I wonder? With a brand new battery, that? Strange. When was that festival?
The experience highlights how seemingly minor choices, where to pitch a shelter, how to read the weather, and the limits of equipment can rapidly stack up and escalate in winter conditions.
It must be new, this thing, because it wasn't here last time. Looks like I'm the only person bloody using it as well. I know I often say it's good to be back at the whip and all that. I'll just plonk it on there a minute. But yeah, this time, I really mean it. It is so good to be back at the whip.
When a shelter fails in the dark on an exposed mountain, the critical question becomes whether remaining in place or moving immediately poses the greater risk. In this security camera footage from Bearwood, West Bromwich, England, a strange scene unfolds as a person wearing a reflective hoodie is seen jogging past a house. Moments later, a ghost-like figure appears, jogging from the opposite direction. Both continue moving, but the eerie figure vanishes halfway through the recording. The footage is unedited, ruling out manipulation, and the sudden disappearance raises unsettling questions. Incidents like this, caught on camera without alteration, fuel speculation about the supernatural and the possibility that unknown entities may exist alongside everyday life. A video shows a strange object moving through the night sky, with lights forming a clear triangular shape as it flies overhead. The sight has sparked speculation, with some believing it could be a UFO from outer space, while others think it may be a human-made craft using advanced technology. With no clear explanation, the footage leaves viewers divided on whether it shows something unknown or a result of human innovation. In 2017, Alex Honnold pulled off one of the most remarkable feats in climbing history by free soloing El Capitan in Yosemite National Park. Free soloing means climbing without ropes, a harness, or any safety gear. He climbed the freerider route, a nearly 2,900-foot vertical granite wall, in just under 4 hours. El Capitan is considered one of the most difficult and technical rock faces in the world, requiring extreme precision, strength, and mental focus. His climb became the first recorded free solo ascent of El Capitan and is still seen as one of the greatest athletic achievements ever. A photo captures a buck in a wide field with what looks like a pig stuck on its antlers. Taking a closer look only adds to the confusion, as the animal clearly appears to be a pig. The scene raises questions about how this could have happened and whether there is a reasonable explanation. Although a buck could injure another animal with its antlers, lifting and carrying a pig seems hard to explain, making the image puzzling. The footage comes from The Lawless Tide, a channel focused on real fishing experiences and hands-on challenges. Filmed on a bridge with heavy rods, blue crab bait, and strong currents over dark water, it starts off as a solid morning going after giant black drum. But the mood slowly starts to shift.
Oh, we're already getting picked up again. We're already getting picked up again. There we go. There he is right there. I got him up. Let's see if I can keep this guy up while I throw this over. Got him. Yeah. Woo. All right. Open the bail. Woo. All right. Woo. There we go. Got him. Woo. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Learned to do it on my own. All right, guys, first drum of the morning. He's not a monster, but it's a good way to start. So we're gonna get him back in the water and rebait and get more out.
The tension comes from the height and distance, where every move has to be careful, and there's no room to step closer if something goes wrong. Dan slowly works the fish and lands a huge black drum, his biggest ever. Its size draws attention from cars passing by, making the bridge feel suddenly exposed. He then mentions a brief interaction with a woman, and the interruption feels random and out of place, shifting the moment from calm to awkward and uneasy.
Oh, he looked at it. He looked at it. He's looking for it. Got him. Oh boy. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this guy. There's no way. I got 10-pound braid. Why'd I hook him? Oh my gosh. There's nothing I can do. He's a tank. It's gonna go under. No. Tighten this up a little. Oh boy. All I can hope is to wear him out and keep him from going under the bridge. Keep the tension on him. You see him? Oh boy. There's a chance. There is a chance. Let's get this guy over.
Later, he switches to ultralight gear. The fish keeps darting toward the bridge supports, pulling the line tight against unseen edges below. Every run risks snapping the line or ending badly, so he has to rely on careful control instead of brute force.
Yes! I can't believe I got that 10-pound leader on my custom Frisky Fins sheep's head rod. Let's let this guy go. Gonna do a nosedive. I can't lower him at the net by myself. Perfect. Swim right off. Woo! On an ultralight on an ultralight frisky fins rod, pin battle 2500, 10-pound braid, all these big rods out, and he hits the freaking tiny piece of shrimp.
As Dan starts packing his gear away, a game warden shows up.
One big drum, that's it.
Good deal.
One big drum.
Any keepers?
Nope. Pull that up.
You have a YouTube channel?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What's the name of it?
Lawless Tide.
Okay. Well, if I take a look at the cooler,
Go for it. Go for it.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Good luck to you.
Thanks, I need it. I'm on my last 2 crabs.
Oh,
so.
Man. Well, good luck to you.
Thanks, I need it.
Hopefully you get some dinner or something out here. I'd still trade your spots.
I feel your pain. I was a firefighter 25 years, so. All right, you guys have a good one.
There's a brief moment of uncertainty, but the exchange stays calm and professional. The warden checks licenses, they talk for a bit, and the tension eases, wrapping things up on a more stable note than how it started. Some viewers pointed out how being successful in a public space can draw suspicion, and how people jump to conclusions before the facts are clear, until authority steps in. It ends without any issues this time, but it raises the question of how often normal situations turn tense just because someone gets involved. A Reddit user named Ray the Master shared a strange photo from a hunting camera in a remote spot he knows very well. The picture looks like an older woman carrying a bucket deep in the woods. This is an area where people hardly ever go, especially after dark. In his post, Ray promises that the image isn't a prank. He says he doesn't usually believe in ghosts or scary stories, but he simply can't explain this one. A paranormal team was investigating an old house with a full-spectrum camera in pitch-black darkness. Everything was dead quiet until a photo caught something creepy. At the bottom of a narrow staircase, a pale face showed up in the dark doorway. The place had been locked up for years, and nobody else was supposed to be in there. Still, the picture clearly showed someone, or something, looking up from the shadows. Was it just a prank, or did the team actually catch something terrifying on camera? While working a late-night shift, a security guard walked through an old wing of a hospital that was closed for repairs. He was sure he was the only person in that quiet part of the building. However, while he was checking the hallway, some strange things started to happen. A shadow darted across the hallway and disappeared behind a wall. Some people later suggested it might be the ghost of a patient returning to where they spent their last days. The figure doesn't seem to have a head, which makes the whole thing even more frightening. A trail camera deep in the Missouri woods captured a strange sight, a hazy shape hovering just above the ground. Its true nature is unknown. Some think it was simply a moth caught in motion, while others believe it could be something more. The camera had been set up on a small rock burial mound, a spot already famous for eerie stories. Even now, the image continues to puzzle people. A lost hiker was deep in the thick forest, filming his walk as he tried to find his way out. All of a sudden, he heard a scary noise up ahead. When he pointed his camera toward the sound, he was shocked by what he saw. A tall, dark figure was standing in the shadows, looking right at him. As soon as the figure realized it had been seen, it quickly disappeared into the dark. Because the video is blurry and low quality, it's hard to see any specific details of what the creature looked like. While hiking near Ward, Colorado, a man recorded something strange that appeared to show 2 Bigfoot-like figures. One stands upright, thin but muscular, with wide shoulders, a long neck, and a small head. In front of it, a second figure can be seen crouching, though it's much harder to make out. Colorado has a long history of unusual sightings. Prospectors in the 1800s described ape-like creatures, and native traditions tell of tall, hairy beings in the mountains. Reports increased in the 1960s and 70s, and even today, hikers describe dark shapes crossing trails, eerie howls at night, and rocks being thrown near camps. This image may be just another piece of Colorado's long-running mystery. Late one night, an experienced officer was sent to a remote mountain home after a woman reported something terrifying. She claimed several people were on her property, holding a baby over their heads and chanting. Even though it sounded unlikely, the officer and a backup unit drove 20 minutes through the dark to get there. The house was surrounded by thick woods and was very dark. As the officer walked to the door, he heard a noise to his left, but his flashlight showed nothing. He still felt like he was being watched. Before knocking, he clearly heard a man and a woman talking inside. But when the door opened, the woman was completely alone and terrified. She took the officer to a small security monitor showing the porch where he had just been standing. The officer asked about the man he heard, but the woman insisted she was the only one there. A search of the house confirmed no one else was inside. The woman explained that she had seen 2 figures on her security feed and heard them knocking, which is why she called for help. Suddenly, the silent monitor blasted a loud, roaring wind sound, even though the air outside was perfectly still. "It's them," she whispered. She showed the officer photos she took of the screen. They showed 2 tall figures at her door, one holding an object up high and then placing it on the ground. When the officers searched outside, they found absolutely nothing. No footprints, no objects, and no signs of anyone. The woman refused to stay in the house and left for the night. As they were leaving, the backup officer drove away quickly without saying a word. The main officer tried to move on, but he admitted years later that the night still haunts him. The footage shows a strange creature that seems familiar at first, but quickly becomes confusing. Its thick fur and muscular build might make it look like a gorilla, but gorillas do not usually walk upright. A chimpanzee comes to mind next, since they can move on 2 legs, yet they are not typically this tall or heavily built. The contradictions make it difficult to identify, leaving the creature's true nature uncertain. A Facebook user posted a video she said showed something unusual. She described herself as a psychic medium and said not everyone can notice what she notices. She went to a cemetery alone that night and felt like many things were watching her. Later, while looking back at the video, she believed she had caught one of them on camera. She said the footage shows a full body shape, not exactly a person, but something human-like standing in a bush with glowing yellow eyes. At first, she said she was scared because it felt dark and threatening, but over time, she claimed the presence seemed more friendly and even protective. She believes these beings are very old and that even if they look scary, they are actually afraid, especially of being seen or heard. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.